Hopefully what I've found today will cement that fact. Also, a incredible find. And I have not seen anyone anywhere talk about this. So not saying I'm correct. You can use your own opinion on that, because I'm going to show you some things that are undeniable about the United States. So let's get to it. So this is California as we know it today. We got the valley right through here. It's where a lot of the vineyards are. A lot of Silicon Valley is right up in here where San Francisco is. But let me show you an ancient map. I think this is from the 1700s, where it shows California as an island. And a lot of people in the mudflood community has referenced this and several maps like this. But I want to point something out, because I heard something today on unexpected cosmology, and I have his playlist on the millennial age plus mudflood in my playlist, so you can go straight to his channel and watch those. They're pretty long videos, but I will not share anybody's videos that don't have supporting evidence, and he's by far has the most supporting evidence that I've found thus far. But I have mentioned in the past that I thought that the Mississippi River was actually the Nile, and that down towards the Gulf of Mexico, there, could be the original Garden of Eden. And hang on just a second. Let me look something else up right quick here. So this came out on March 4th, and I've been holding a lot of this info back for a long time because I just hadn't had the supporting evidence up until my wife showed me this a few days ago, well, about a week and a half ago, actually. But off the coast of St. Bernard, which is about 50 miles east of New Orleans, this guy claims that he have found a 12,000-year-old city. And he said he discovered the ruins of an ancient civilization off the coast of St. Bernard Parish. He claims there is a huge underwater granite mounds near the Chandelier Islands that may have been the site of a lost city. The Chandelier Islands are a chain of uninhabited barrier islands located in the Gulf of Mexico, 50 miles east of North New Orleans. And it's actually just off the coast of Mississippi. But he said before a dramatic sea level rise at the end of the Ice Age, which is not the case. But anyway, he said he's a retired architect. And he believes the site to be predating the Maya, Inca, and Aztec civilizations in Mexico. What's down there are hundreds of buildings that are covered with sand and silt that are geographically related to the Great Pyramid of Giza. And he continues on and said he's seen under like 200 foot of silt, just watery dirt, that there is actually 3 pyramids in the same configuration as the pyramids of Giza, along with many, many buildings of these megalithic granite, blocks. But right here is when it was an island. And as you can see right here, it's called the Gulf of California, or the Red Sea. And today on the Unexpected Cosmology, he was talking about how a woman had sent him a letter saying that she believed that this island was actually Egypt, and that the Red Sea right here is what God parted when he had the Exodus and when Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt. So I got to wondering, there's quite a few things over here in California. This is an ancient map from Texas history of Jerusalem, Texas. And you see how this thing is laid out. It looks a lot like that city of Jerusalem. This is actually another picture of Jerusalem. And you can see how this thing's shaped. It's got the walled city all the way around it, the temple complex right here in the middle. But this Jerusalem, Texas one You can see there's a temple complex right here, walls all the way around. But what's really curious to me is this one is of Jerusalem. Right down here in the bottom it says Mount Calvary, and you see it's got the depiction of the 3 crosses. But let me go back to this one, because this is the one from Texas history. And you see right down here in this bottom corner, it's got the 3 crosses as well. But down here, Calvaria Locus. And that translation, look, this is Latin right here. This right here is Latin, and here it is in English. They came to a place called Golgotha, that is to say the place of the skull. So Calvaria Locus means the place of the skull. This is unbelievable. And then
the Mississippi River system. Now, let's go back to the word. It says in verse 15 that God would take his hand with a mighty wind and lift his hand over the river and shall smite him into 7 streams. Okay? Look at this map here. This is the Mississippi River going into the Gulf. Let's count how many streams spawns from this. Missouri, 1. Arkansas, 2. Red, 3. Atchafalaya, 4. Tennessee, 5. Ohio, 6. Illinois, 7. Is that a coincidence? I do not think so. This is the Nile River. They're hiding the information. Now let's confirm it. We're going to go into the secret books that the secret societies read from. And that is indeed the Freemason Society. There are certain levels that give away certain information. And this is where all of your senators and congressmen, this is where they go to get that information. They're not going to get it from universities. The only other way they're going to get it is by continuously searching within the chancellor's libraries, who are the guardians at the universities and state colleges. That's where the information is. So let's go down to page 25. Let's start reading here. The ancient and mystic Oriental rite is universal and is open to every master mason who believes in the fatherhood of God and the universal brotherhood of all men. The other qualification necessary of the neophyte. Remember Neo from the Matrix. The neophyte is that he shall be honorable and upright in his dealings. Number 4. The cradle of the symbolism used in all masonry is placed by many of the best authorities in that country, which they believe was first inhabited, the plateau of Tartary. Tartary, the empire of Tartaria, is something that we are going to get into much later, but actually sooner than later. This is going to be a big one. This is where the 10 tribes, the lost 10 tribes of Israel, are housed. And from there, transmitted to this generation by the sages of India, Persia, Ethiopia, and Egypt. We are not indebted to either ancient Egypt for either religion or masonry, but to America. It is fact that at Memphis, Egypt, in the pyramids, under the guidance of the kings, and the mystic rites of masonry were worked many thousands of years ago, but at that time, Egypt and the continent of America were one and the same. Number 6, in America, rediscovered in the 15th century and repopulated in the 17th. Do you see that? Rediscovered after Pangea and the catastrophe that you read about in the book of Ezekiel in the 15th century and
Now check this out, y'all. See how Orlando Brown was talking about the panda eyes and shit, right? Look. Shit crazy, right? Nigga on the Jamie Foxx show, bro. Y'all see?
Oscarville, Georgia, black town. Now versus 1912, they flooded it underwater. Don't tell me shit about reparations.
So now we're going to get on the higher planes of the mind. First of all, the universe has a blueprint. Water is hydrogen and oxygen. It don't evolve to no damn Kool-Aid. You have to come do something unnaturally to it. Now when we're looking at animals, we have to understand that we assume animals evolve because the white man tell us that. But when you actually do DNA traces on animals, they're spliced. A lot of animals are genetically mixed with other animals. Exactly. So how do we know this? We're going to go with the most simplest animal that everybody knows about, a liger, which is a lion and a tiger mix. So now if I had a child and my child went to school and the white man put a liger in an animal book and taught that this was natural, you would think you was out in nature and seen a natural part of nature. But it's not. That shit is spliced. Just like when you in the grocery store, if you don't know no difference from a GMO and a real fruit, you'll think it's natural. But it's not. It's the same thing with humanity. If you don't know no better, after you see a black man, you see a white man, you'll think it's natural, but it's not. It's gene splicing, okay? It's called genetic engineering. This is one of the number one funded sciences of white people. Why do they practice genetic engineering? Because they cannot live under the sun, so they have to genetically keep modifying themselves as the temperature of the sun fluctuates. So we understand that they ain't in the laboratories watching Dora the Explorer. Right. They in there playing with genes. Yep. Who's the most untainted people? Okay, we didn't go to this island of black people yet. Let's go over there and get them. Right. Even when you have kids, when you go to the doctor and they say, during a physical, you have to draw blood. You don't know where your blood go. Where do you think your blood go? It goes to these banks, and when the Caucasian needs to, exactly, the afterbirth, the placenta, everything. When you die, people don't even know that they come take your pineal gland, eat the pineal gland. For the spiritual essence of black people, we are being harvested for our spiritual essence because we are in tune with the creator, and the Caucasian is trying to force his way into the cosmos. So exactly, frequency war, spiritual war, however you can understand it. So we got to understand that we are the gods and they the demigods. Matter of fact, they're not even the demigods, they're the mortals, okay? The mulattoes is the demigods. So with that being said, everybody ain't no evolution, that's trick knowledge. And then when you're dealing with evolution, it's called the theory. So even the white...
What is evolution, brother?
Evolution is, according to the Caucasian, is over hundreds of thousands and millions of years. A primate metamorphed into a human. Now, that's their definition. Throwing white supremacy out the window, you ask me what evolution is? Evolution is the ability of the DNA to impute information directly from the cosmos and physically allow you to function in any environment. I'll give you an example. You can blindfold me right now and put me in a cave that's 5 feet tall. So my DNA remembers being like this for 50 years. So when I have a child, the DNA has already imputed information into the cellular structure of the child to come out a certain height so that it can best function in the thing. Now that does not change the melanin, the bone structure, the digestive tract, because Caucasians have an animal-based digestive tract. This is why they need to eat meat for protein, just like animals like lions and bears have to eat meat for proteins. We have a herbivore digestive tract. So this doesn't account for everything that they saying evolved. So we understand that your DNA is like a USB drive. But imagine if this USB drive could always update itself without it telling you. So the universe speaks to you through your DNA. And while you're here in this body as a soul, your DNA automatically says, okay, this place is cold and it's mountain. So my legs need to be a little thicker, my feet need to be a wider as I have a child. Everything recycles and upgrades. It's like cars. We ain't just driving no damn 2001 automobiles, 2016. Same thing with babies. But every time you have a child, that child came out better than you. So we have to understand that's evolution, but the Caucasian has taken that knowledge and infused it with a false sense of where he comes from in order to hide the actual fact of where he comes from, because if he tell you the truth, he can never propagate white supremacy. So that's evolution.
My chip detector.
Please.
I'm sure this doctor was fantastic, but sometimes you'll get a chip that's implanted. Sometimes the doctor is under the control of the government. So far, so good. If it does detect a chip, what it does is it sucks a little bit of power from that chip in order to kind of make the light blink just the smallest amount. Oh.
Oh, my.
I felt something there. Hold on.
So much for us having our freedom, huh?
Yeah, we never had our freedom. This might appear to be intrusive, but it is entirely painless. You should be able to get a clean removal right there.
Whoa.
Yeah, I see it.
No pain?
Not really.
Oh, there we go. Release. None of that. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Hold out your hand. Check that puppy out.
Well, I'm not having surgery again anytime soon.
Does it say something on it? Sometimes they say things.
Grand Junction, Colorado.
Does it say that?
Yeah, that's where I had surgery.
Son of a bitch.
Hold on a second. How that chip got in me?
Mind if I just check you out with my chip detector?
Segregation did not simply separate black and white workers in the federal government. It halted black professional advancement and restricted hiring in the desirable positions for which these men and women were qualified, having passed the requisite civil service exam. In the end, it doesn't matter terribly much whether Princeton removes Wilson's name. He did destroy a generation of black middle class, and he did take away a freedom Haitians have fought a war of independence to earn. And yet, it should scarcely be surprising that an American university would choose to name a school.
So on the movie No, the Zeta Gray ship goes right over the Elohim, and he doesn't touch him. He don't abduct him because he can't, because it's against the treaties that we have with these other Zeta Grays. On the other hand, the U.S. military and the militaries of the world, the clone militaries, they actually exchange technology to the Zeta Grays in exchange for them to abduct their people and run experiments like they were in the days of Noah. So these Zeta Grays, they like fallen angels, right? The fallen ones that came from outside the district, brought the moon here, and basically are trying to run experiments on Earth and trying to colonize and take the resources. But in this scene here, there's plenty of times that the ship could have abducted him. But the reason why it didn't, because he can't. It's against the law. As soon as you abduct him, you're going to see one of the Elohim ships come out the sky. Boom, let's kick this war back off, which is the war in heaven they talk about in the beginning of the Bible. So that war in heaven was basically the Elohim against the Zeta Grays, and the Zeta Grays pretty much essentially came here and needed more military, so they created a clone species to colonize Atlantis. In this movie, No, basically the Zeta Grays was trying to scare him off the land because that land that he was on was, looks like they're in the Midwest, which was a lot of the ancient Elohim sites are at, like the pyramids and the structures that they was trying to scare them off of the land. So these were basically like colonizing tactics. They was basically trying to scare them so that they could actually lay claims to the land, because once those Elohim left that land, then the military would have came and basically laid claims to the land, which is really what the Zeta Grays want. They wanted access to that land, but they couldn't because the people was living there.
Hey. Oh shit. Oh shit. Excuse me. All right? Come on, get up. I'll take you somewhere. Come on. shit, fuck. You okay? Come on.
Oh, hell, they already told you that the spell is over when Lizzie over there died and they snapped the wand and put it right on her casket for the whole world to see. Most of y'all missed that, went right over your head. Now, what queen you know? All the queens I know carry scepters or staffs. This one had a wand. Only people I know that carry wands is witches and warlocks. See, they putting everything right in front of your face because it's revelation. You thinking it's a great war of Armageddon, but it means to reveal.
I call upon the Orishas of the land of the ancestors. Show the people that I is not me. I is we. And we is power.
You are my beloved. I am Oshun. I will uphold you in your courage to carry life forward.
I am Yamoja, the water. When the burden is too great, you rest in my arms.
I am Aye, the earth beneath you. You bleed upon me, and I bleed upon you. The time will come when we rise together as one. Justice does not sleep. Righteousness comes from the hand of the divine. Power of the master diminishes. Those of us who have been enslaved are the soul force raised from the dust.
May the optimism of tomorrow be your foundation for today. And I is we, and we is power, and we are powerless, and we just become nothing but you and they. May peace be in your heart, and may Orishas lead your way.
With the blessing of the one love, we shall overcome.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome.
Hey, what's your name, bro? What's your name? You say who? So let me tell y'all something. You say who? What's your name? What you don't do is you don't walk around on my planet with uniforms on trying to patrol people. You understand what I'm saying? Who is Jupiter? Who is Jupiter? You don't even know the lords of this planet, and you trying to tell somebody what to do. You're not authority. Punishment. Know that it's coming.
But y'all be on the lives though. Y'all be in TikTok though. Where y'all at? This is court day. Where is y'all at?
See what I'm saying? But y'all supposed to be the supporters of Rashad Jamal and shit, but y'all ass went nowhere when Rashad ass had that trial. It's crazy how the majority of y'all lames can come over to my post over here on TikTok and drop these comments about Rashad and shit, but y'all wasn't there for his trial. Y'all wasn't supporting Rashad, and the majority of you motherfuckers that be dropping, you know, them lame ass comments and stuff, I bet you not nan one of y'all wrote Rashad Jamal a letter. Y'all ain't put no money on his books, his commissary fucked up, all that shit, man. Write that man a letter or something, man. That's supposed to be your brother. That's supposed to, that's supposed to be divine insight. Why y'all ain't fucking with divine insight?
They are portals. The moon is empty. You can see on the new moon, you can see a ring. And there's black, and you can see it's a hole. Clearly, it's a hole. You go through it.
The moon is not a piece of rock, but it is a plasma phenomenon, a cosmic plasma. And that this fact will eventually be confirmed. I made certain predictions which were already confirmed in 1958. If the moon is a plasma, no man will ever land on it. The soft landing attempts will all fail.
But the Americans and Russians are thinking of landing men on it.
Oh, well, that will never happen. Will never happen.
Oh, you're telling me there's no moon there?
There is. There is.
It's not a solid object. Is that what? Is that? I mean,
not solid as we know solid. It's a more attenuated transcendental material. Atoms can act differently when they're in a different dimension. It's transdimensional. What you are seeing there is the dance of the gods, the moon, the sun. These are gods. They are gods. They are archangels. The Jews, they'll tell you, in Kabbalah, they'll tell you the moon is Raphael, Mercury is Gabriel, etc. The sun is Michael.
So this person found something strange on Google Earth, and I want to know y'all's thoughts on this. Watch the video. Watch the whole video. I don't even know what it is. And it stretches around the whole fake globe on Google Earth. See that? What is that? I know if I discovered something like this, I definitely would have recorded it and showed y'all. I would have been bamboozled. I'm still bamboozled by looking at whatever the fuck I'm looking at because I don't know what it is. And this whole thing stretches around the whole thing. And it keeps on going, keeps on going, keeps on going. This is a crazy find. I've never seen this before. Never seen this before. People be finding some crazy stuff on Google Earth. Like, what is that? Let me know y'all's thoughts on this in the comments. I wanna see what y'all thinking. Cause I damn for sure don't know what the fuck. I couldn't even guess. Well, my guess probably would be a huge wall. But why? Why would there be a huge wall going around the whole Earth? Like fake Earth. Like, what is that?
Everyone fights for the allegiance of the black people, you know. But when blacks have allegiance to black, that seems to be still considered very dangerous when it is the most natural there is.
It's gonna look like that, right? Oh no, that person disappeared. Remember how I keep telling you a Thanos snap? Like some of those beings are gonna disappear? They're gonna disappear just like this. Just like that. But watch this. This is what's gonna happen for some of y'all. Watch. Just watch. I'm gonna show you.
It's the only photograph of me anyone has.
Hey Chica, good to see you. Right there. Some of you are gonna look like this, right? This is where learning how to control your energy comes through. This is like how your nervous system looks, right? Hold on. Let me move my microphone. My bad, y'all. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna just slide this. So some of y'all bodies are gonna look like this at first. When the solar flash hits, basically your body is going to purify all the stuff that is no longer needed.
A Grammy Award costs what?
I feel like everybody should get a statue.
For sure.
It's not like they cost anything. A Grammy's worth $15.
It's because it's
you know that, right?
It's because it's R&B. Wait. Hold on real quick.
What'd you say? A Grammy is worth $15.
The actual
Grammy is worth $15. Google it when you get a minute. It's worth $15. So I'm like, why can't everybody have a statue?
Because we were thinking that's why.
Nope.
The statue was actually more.
Nope.
They're just dogging us. So I would actually like to apologize to David Foster. One day I'm at his home and he's using one as a paperweight.
Of course.
But I thought like, oh, he's using this $1,000 Grammy Award as a paperweight. I'm like, Dave, what?
No. Shout out to David Foster.
Shout out to David Foster for having 47,000 of them and being able to use one as a paperweight.
I never met you, but I'm a fan.
But I'm literally like, yo, dog, you as a paperweight, dude?
Yeah. Worth nothing.
$15.
So I'm like, why can't everybody have a Grammy?
And no one has ever explained it. They just said it's the rule. Why? How come R&B album of the year, everyone who contributed to this album does not get a Grammy?
Because why?
Noticing that you're kind of hanging out a lot with Kyle lately. Is there a problem with that? No, I think it's amazing. It's awesome that someone like you could be okay with someone like him, given all the new information lately. You know, the stuff that's come out about how the Jews stole the black race's identity? That the lost tribes of Judah were actually all Africans? You didn't hear about this? Black people are actually the Jews and people like Kyle have taken that from them? Stop talking to me. When the Jews came to America to escape persecution in World War II, they found that blacks were already the underclass in America, so they had to invent a story for themselves which they could make everyone believe because Kyle runs Hollywood.
The true Jews of Israel are your black ancestors. You think you and Kyle make TikToks together? Kyle only cares about money. Think about it. Are you really making TikToks together, or is Kyle profiting off of you?